Retribution is the newest feature from Liam Neeson, and this has got to be one of the funnest films I've seen this year. This film is fast paced, straight to the point, you're gripping and on the edge of your seat. Like, this is such a small concept on paper, but the story always has something going on. There's always something to kind of build your intrigue, and there's a lot of sequences in this film that have to do with time and having to do a certain task in a certain number of minutes or someone will die. And just like those scenarios and those situations, like they're repeated throughout the film, but every situation is different from the last, and there's more consequences going forward in the narrative. And just, I really liked the way that this narrative wrapped up. Is the movie kind of plays out as a B grade kind of film, but I've always liked these one location type films, which 99% of this movie is inside a car. And the thing that the device, sorry, that the movie always comes back to, that is always reminding the audience, is the bomb underneath the seat. Because as much as, the guy in your ear or the guy over the phone, is the main villain here, that's probably the least of the character's problems. The main threat of this movie is the bomb under their seat. They can't get out of this car under any circumstance, whether someone needs help or something like that. Whether his wife is being kidnapped or held hostage, he can't get out of the car. And I think it really adds tension throughout the film when the story is continuously reminding us of that. And that I really liked about the direction in this film. And I also have to say the film is also very well shot as well. And as far as the reveal goes for who's behind this master plan, I'm not going to get into spoilers or specifics with the reveal, but I'll just say it is very obvious. This is a cast that is very small. There's only so many people you can kind of pinpoint as being the main culprit. But it once again comes back to the rules of a reveal in a film. So yeah, to me the reveal, it was kind of obvious, while the understanding and motivation, there's enough belief there, I guess. But yeah, the reveal and the final probably 10-15 minutes of this movie, I thought it was going a bit too far. Like, I like the more simple and grounded and simplistic kind of feel that the first two acts had. And then when we got into the third act and there was like this big ending where where the car was over the cliff and all that, I was just like, I feel like you could have maybe just had something a bit more grounded here. But then that they do need to wrap up this situation somehow, and how is he supposed to get out of the car when there's a bomb underneath your seat? So I guess on that end I can kind of give it a pass. But yeah, and then Liam Neeson, I mean, this fucking guy is in his 70s, and I still buy him as an action hero. Like, this guy makes any role he does convincing. Like, if you gave him the shittest script in the world, he will look at that script and he will believe it. It's just, he makes any role that he does believable, and he really puts his all into that character. And just, yeah, like, I don't think this is one of his best performances by any means, but this is Liam Neeson doing what Liam Neeson does best, which is being a badass. And I really liked him. He's the best part of the movie. I mean, like at this point, you know, like, you know, this guy can do anything. I mean, the guy has survived so many scenarios and situations in his career. So, yeah, you know, there's that. What else is there to really say about this movie? Yeah, the direction I thought was really good in the movie. Um, like the characters in the film, there's enough characterization here to care. Like I could have maybe gone for a little bit more, but you know, but for what we got, you know, it does, you know, it does its best with having the characters kind of tie into the overall narrative of the film. I'm just trying to think out what else there is to say. This isn't really so much an action film. This is more of a thriller. Like it's more of an edge of your seat, you know, kind of experience. You're supposed to feel tense. You're supposed to feel, you know, suspense. It's not really, you know, a shoot 'em up, you know, explosion, you know, kind of film. I don't think there's a single gun that is actually shot in this film. At least not that I can, at least not that I can think of. So, and also I loved the opening title credits as well. I thought that set the tone perfectly for the movie that you were going to see and where the movie is heading. So, you know, really dug that. Just, you know, at the end of the day, this is just a really fun, you know, shove popcorn in your mouth and have a great time. Like, it's a film that you don't really need to think about too much. You know, you can watch, you go along for the ride, and that's it. And you know, this is like a perfect, you know, summer film. This is the film, you know, that we've all been waiting for. So yeah, you know, I had a kick-ass time with Retribution, and I'd highly recommend it to you guys. So yeah, that's my review for Liam Neeson's Retribution. See you guys later.